everyone. Do you get tongue-tied thinking of the right words for a given topic? Do you struggle to give effective answers in a speaking test? If yes, then this video is just for you. In today's lesson, we are going to learn some key vocabulary for a common topic, weather. Next, I'm going to help you with sample answers of 5 very important exam questions. At the end, you will be solving one practice question on your own. If you find our videos useful, don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel as we come up with new lessons to help you ace your IELTS exam preparation. This is your IELTS expert Sakshi. Now let's get started. If we talk about weather, the common weather conditions are rainy, hot, cold, cloudy and windy. Now it's time to learn some important vocabulary words in detail. Let's start with rain. There's an interesting idiom that is, it's raining cats and dogs, which means to rain heavily. For example, what a miserable weather. It's been raining cats and dogs all day. Next, get drenched or soaked. That means to become very wet. Let's use in a sentence. Rima left her umbrella at home and got drenched in the cloudburst. Next, drizzle. That means a light rainfall that falls in small drops. For example, there was a drizzle in the morning. Number 4, downpour, which means heavy rainfall. It was the heaviest downpour ever recorded. And lastly, to pour down. That means to rain heavily. For example, I like rainy weather. When it pours down, I like to sit at home and sip tea. Let's see how to describe hot weather. The first word is bright, which means full of light or shining. For example, the day is so sunny and bright. Next, boiling or baking hot, which means very hot. For example, the last summer was boiling hot, or you could say the last summer was baking hot. A similar word is scorching, which again means very hot. For example, I don't want to be outside in this scorching heat. The next word is sweltering. That means very hot and that is so uncomfortable. For example, the weather here is sweltering. And lastly, sunny spells, which means a short period of sunny weather. For example, there is a chance of sunny spells in this island. Now let's learn how to describe cold weather. First, freezing or bitterly cold, which means very cold and unpleasant. For example, I can't go out. It's so freezing cold out there. Or it's bitterly cold out there. Next, chilly, which means uncomfortably cold. For example, it's quite chilly, so you should take a coat with you. Number 3, a cold spell. Similar to sunny spells, which means a short period of cold weather. For example, the pond iced over during the cold spell. Next, a blanket of snow, which means covered with thick snow. Last winter, the hill station was covered with a blanket of snow. Next, bundle up, which means to put on some warm clothes. For example, she bundled up in a room and sipped hot coffee. Now let's learn how to describe clouds in the sky. Starting with clear blue sky. That means there are no clouds in the sky. For example, the clear blue sky drew hordes of tourists at the beach. Next, not a cloud in the sky. That means no clouds are visible. For example, there wasn't a cloud in the sky. We can go for a picnic. Number 3, cloudy. That means there are a lot of clouds in the sky. For example, it was so cloudy that the top of the mountain was invisible. Next, overcast. That means the sky is covered with dark clouds. For example, the sky was soon overcast. Looks like it's going to rain. At the end, gloomy. It means the weather looks dull because the sky is covered with grey clouds. For example, personally, I don't like gloomy weather. It makes me feel sad. Now, lastly, let's learn how to describe winds, starting with breeze. It means a gentle wind. Often it's nice and refreshing. For example, a light and gentle breeze blew off the sea. Number 2. Blustery, characterized by strong gusts of wind blowing. For example, the day was cold and blustery. Number 3. Windy, characterized by a lot of wind blowing. For example, it was quite windy and Jake felt cold. For more useful tips and strategies on how to improve your speaking skills, don't forget to check out our previous video where I have explained in detail how to nail your speaking test. Now let's get started with some important exam questions and their answers. First question, what is the weather like in your country? Well, it depends on which part of the country you live in. I live in the western part of India, where it's usually hot in the summer and cold in the winter. We get normal amount of the rain during monsoon, but there can be dry spells. Moreover, the weather in the spring and autumn is generally pleasant. Next question, is the weather the same in all parts of your country? No, it is not. India is a diverse country with different regions having different weather conditions. During summer, it's scorching hot in the northern part of the country, whereas it's warm in the rest of the country. Apart from this, some regions can experience heavy downpour, while the other areas can get scanty rainfall or even suffer from drought. Next question, what type of weather do you like best? I'm a big fan of the spring season because it's neither too hot nor too cold. It's the time when fresh flowers bloom in my garden where I love to read books. This season is also special because it marks the beginning of colorful festivals celebrated with great enthusiasm in my country. Next question. Does the weather ever affect the way you feel? Yes, I suppose so. When it's humid and the sky is overcast with clouds, I tend to feel more lethargic and I sit at home in my free time. On the other hand, I'm more energetic during the spring season and I love to take a stroll in the park in the evening. Last question. Do you like rainy days? Well, that depends on my mood. Sometimes I love listening to the rain beating against my window and eating hot fritters with my family. However, when it rains cats and dogs and I can't even go out, that really disappoints me. And at that time, I really wish for a clear blue sky. So that's how you give effective answers using good vocabulary. Now it's your turn. My practice question for you is there any type of weather that you don't like? Write your answers in the comment section and I'll get back with my feedback on the same. If you find our video useful, don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel as we have many more informative lessons coming up for you to help you crack your IELTS test. This is your IELTS expert Sakshi and I'll come back with yet another insightful lesson very soon. Till then, take care and bye-bye.